Hello and welcome to the WBAP 820 570 KLIF Weather Podcast for Thursday, January 5th, 2023, and welcome to the new year. Last time we talked on December 22nd, the Thursday before Christmas, we were in the depths of a terrific cold snap with single-digit lows in Denton and McKinney, and we had more than a few frozen, busted pipes, unfortunately. Probably ought to just keep everything prepared here over the next month or two, because we know we can have terrifically cold temperatures in at least the middle of February. While the weather's nice, and it's going to be nice here over the next several days, then certainly try to make your preparations for sure. And we can take down the Christmas light at the same time. Okay, let's start off with the morning satellite loop, and this is not going to take long. Our weather is nearly CAVU in pilot speak. That's ceiling and visibility unlimited. Weather just doesn't come any nicer, especially this time of year. A few high, thin clouds across the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and some high clouds also moving in across the Panhandle in West Texas, but no precip to speak of at all, and none expected for a while. All right, now the National Radar image first out in the Atlantic. That's the remnants of the storm system came through Texas on the Monday after New Year's Day, January 2nd. Storms didn't really become severe until they passed by east of I-35, dropped several tornadoes from eastern Oklahoma through Arkansas, northern Louisiana, where 3 people were injured in an EF2 tornado south of I-20 near the town of Jonesboro, Louisiana. Even had some confirmed tornadoes near Memphis and clear on up into Kentucky. 5-state tornado outbreak, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and again Louisiana, Kentucky, and Tennessee. Now, tail end of that storm system is producing rain in central Florida, I guess, and on the backside of it, up in the Great Lakes, same storm system is producing wraparound routine snows in Michigan, Wisconsin, and Illinois, and probably some lake effect snow before we're done. Then back to the west, a new monstrous storm system stretching from Vancouver, British Columbia, all the way down to Tijuana. This is a significant storm system. Here's what it looks like on satellite. Man, that's got a spin to it, doesn't it? It's called a bomb cyclone. It's not a made-up term to hype the weather. When a mid-latitude cyclone, in other words, big storm system, intensifies and the central pressure deepens by 24 millibars in 24 hours, that's known as bombogenesis, a bomb cyclone. Now, we're talking multi-inch rains and possibly several feet of snow in the Sierra Mountains in Northern California. As the second big storm system hit California recently, I guess the silver lining to this cloud literally is that it will help with California's long-standing drought. Now, there are still other issues which may affect how much rainwater gets diverted back into the ocean. That's more political than anything else, but there's a good chance this rain will help refill some rivers and lakes, and the snowfall could be useful as snow melt, certainly this coming summer. And if you look back to the west of this big storm system that's just off the Oregon coastline, look back to the northwest, you can see another swirl just south of the Aleutian Islands. And there's yet another one back out in the Pacific that's just trying to deepen southwestern part of the Aleutian Islands, way out there. So we do have several big Pacific storm systems lined up out west, and they will be coming through. All right, let's go through the surface maps now. By tonight, at least 9 western states will be getting heavy rains or heavy snows in the higher elevations. And the leading edge near Yellowstone National Park this evening, of course, a lot of snow. Of course, you can expect huge travel delays in the west, not just flight delays, but, ground traffic is going to be crippled by some of these heavy rains, heavier snows in the mountains. Of course, in the areas that had wildfires last year in California, then we could certainly be in for some mudslides. But again, it's kind of hard to complain about this much rain after we've seen so much drought in Southern California. All right, by tomorrow, Friday, routine snow showers in the Great Lakes through New England, then back to the west. Heavy snows, Montana, Wyoming, Utah, and the western Rockies and Colorado. And a much weaker storm system producing a new round of rain / snows in Washington and Oregon. This second storm system coming on down toward Donner Pass in California. By Friday night, lake effect snows from Pittsburgh up to Buffalo in the northeast. And then all the snow and rain deposited on the west side of the Rockies begins to play out. It kind of rains out, snows itself out as it moves farther east, losing its Pacific moisture as it moves toward the Nebraska border, with some rain intensifying in the Pacific Northwest. But as these storm systems move across the country from west to east, they precipitate much of their rain and snow on the western side of the Rockies, and then they don't have much moisture to work with until they get far enough east to get into the Gulf moisture tap, and that's not happening with this particular storm system yet. But look off to the northwest, another big storm system in the west. Now, by Saturday morning, the southern part of the Pacific storm system has made it into the Midwest, with rain trailing south through the Ozarks into East Texas. Now, by Sunday, the rain in Texas is mainly in the coastal plain, with scattered showers east of the Mississippi, another round of intensifying rains in western Washington State, Oregon, and northern California. Another storm system slowing. And notice, actually, the high-pressure bubble that's over Kansas and over Oklahoma, between the two storm systems will tend to, if not block, will at least slow down the progress of the storm system that is out in the west, which means yet more rain for California, Oregon, and Washington on Monday. So that's rain and snow in the western states on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday as well. Big rains there. The rains have gone from the coastal plain on east into the mid-south, just normal scattered showers. We do have a new Arctic cold front showing up in Canada, trying to move on down into the upper Midwest, but that's not going to be a significant problem because the storm system, the L that's centered there in central Illinois, is going to kind of hold that Arctic front a while longer. Also, this high-pressure dome that's off to the west in Colorado, will kind of over the Four Corners area, that will also tend to hold up some of the Arctic air. But, man, look at all that rainfall. Oregon, Washington, California, moving into Nevada, even into portions toward the Grand Canyon and western Utah as well. Okay, by Wednesday, that storm system will have rained out most of its Pacific moisture as it crosses the central Rockies. Still seeing, snows in the mountains of Colorado and things like that, but nothing terrifically unusual. And next Thursday, January 12th, yet another storm system is bearing down on the Pacific Northwest. Multiple storm systems lined up out west across the Pacific, and that particular storm system now in the Pacific Northwest are moving into there. That could become, it's looking really ahead beyond our forecast, but that storm system on the West Coast, which is next Thursday, now that's when this map is centered, could become an issue for North Texas, 2 or 3 days later. So maybe around the 14th or 15th or 16th, we could have some rain and thunderstorms moving in on North Texas. But in the meantime, enjoy today. Sunny and mild with a high near 60, light variable winds. That's about it. Tonight, fair, overnight lows 38 to 42. Tomorrow, Friday, sunny, windy, and warmer with a high near 70, low near 52, south winds 15 to 25 and gusty. On Saturday, we'll turn a bit cooler. Still much above normal, 10 degrees above normal. 65 for the high Saturday. Beautiful day. Light winds, too. Sunday, sunny and mild with a high of 61. Northeast winds 5 to 10. And then we'll have more south winds Monday afternoon up to 20 miles per hour with a high of 66 degrees. So great weather for the Dallas-Fort Worth area as we head on into the first part of next week and maybe a little bit beyond, but by the middle of next week, again, middle of the month too, could be seeing some fairly strong storms approaching us from the west. Thanks again for joining us for the WBAP 820 570 KLIF Weather Podcast for Thursday, January 5th. We'll see you again next Thursday, the 12th. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome.